Shalom and welcome to 2 Minutes of Torah. In Parshat, Rabbi, it's the famous mitzvah of Bal Toseef. One cannot go ahead and add on to a mitzvah. Have 5 Parshas in the tefillin, 5 minim in the lulav, add on another string in the tzitzis, change the Bechat Kohanim around, add on another bracha, all examples of Bal Toseef. 3 fantastic points in the commentaries regarding the mitzvah of Bal Toseef. Number 1, the Gra mentions, it's mentioned twice in the Torah. In Sefer Devarim, 2 times it's mentioned. 1, in general, it cannot add on to any of the mitzvot. So you can have a 614th, 15th, 16th mitzvah. That's 1 time it's mentioned. And the 2nd time it's mentioned to tell us that within the specific mitzvah, you cannot go ahead and add on to the mitzvah. So have a 5th Parsha in the tefillin. So that's why Bal Toseef is mentioned twice in the Torah. Not onto the 613 mitzvahs and not into any of the specific mitzvah. Point number 2. The Rambam writes that Bal Toseef, one is over whether it's an Issur or an Asay. So, of course, any of the Asays that we had on, like we mentioned, that would be Bal Toseef, and so too in an Issur. If a person or a rabbi or the Rabbanan say that the Issur, the rice of Basa B'chalav, includes chicken and milk, then not only is it sheker, but it's an Issur d'oraita Bal Toseef, because now you're saying that the Issur Basa B'chalav is not only Basar B'chalav, but it includes Of B'chalav as well. And that would be an Issur d'oraita Bal Toseef. The Rabbi argues over there and writes that it's not true, that the Issur Bal Toseef is only on Asays, not on Lo Tasays. The Chinuch mentions that Moshit is actually unlike the Ravid, and the Minchat Chinuch adds on that it says Shmatus Mishmarti, that the rabbis are allowed and are supposed to add on to the Lo Taseis as they see necessary, and therefore it is immune from the halacha, from the Issur of Bal Toseef. And fascinating Chinuch of the Minchas Chinuch explaining the Chinuch who follows the Ravid, that there is no Issur Bal Toseef on Issurim. And finally, one last point, Machlokas Ramban and the Tosfot, Bal Tosfot, on Bal Toseef. Everyone agrees that if you have 5 Parshas in the tefillin, 5 minim in the lulav, not only over Bal Toseef, but you've distorted the mitzvah, you have no kiyum mitzvah. What about your person goes ahead and keeps an 8th day of Sukkot? He keeps 7 days and an 8th day. So that would seem to be Bal Toseef as well. According to the Klechemda, there's Machlokas Ramban and Tosfot. What exactly has happened when you sleep in the sukkah on the 8th day? Everyone agrees you're over Bal Toseef because you're adding on to the mitzvah, you're making it 8 days instead of 7. But did you cancel out sukkah because now you reinvented the mitzvah of sukkah? Sukkah is now 8 days, not 7. And therefore you didn't fulfill the mitzvah of sukkah the previous 7 days. Or no, do we say you did the mitzvah of sukkah, you kept each day of sukkahs. But now on the 8th day you violated the Issur of Bal Toseef. So it's a beautiful machlok between the Ramban and Tosfot. So 3 fascinating points. 1, that Bal Toseef is mentioned twice in the Torah. 1, you can add on to the 613 mitzvahs, 6, 14, 15, 16, etc. And 2, you cannot go ahead and change any individual mitzvah. Point number 2, the machlok is Rambam Ravid, whether Bal Toseef is only on the Lo Taseis or the Asays as well. And point number 3, when you change a physical structure of a mitzvah, for sure there's Bal Toseef and you've distorted the mitzvah, you have no mitzvah. But what about if it's Kim HaMitzvah, you've done for 7 days, you add on an 8th day, it's Bal Toseef, but did you distort the mitzvah to the point that you've lost the previous 7 days? That's machlokas according to the Klechemda between the Ramban and the Bal Tosfot. Hashem gave us the most beautiful gift in the world. It is important that we use it precisely as we give it. And even in the name of Frumkai, we're going to add on something, thinking we're getting close to Hashem, chas v'shalom. We keep the mitzvah Torah exactly as is, and if the Torah says there's room for a proper chumrah, then that's something to discuss. But if not, we do not alter any mitzvot. Shalom.